Hello there, I am here doing a review on The Velventeen Rabbit by Marguerite Williams and illustrated by Florence Graham. This book, I bought it at an outlet store for 99 cents, and I cannot tell you how wonderful this book is. I actually cried while reading it. The illustrations are super beautiful. Look at this. This is probably my favorite one over here. And when you turn the page to the title page, it's called The Velventeen Rabbit, or How Toys Become Real. And it's kind of like a fairy tale. It's about this little stuffed rabbit. Little stuffed rabbit. And he feels bad because there's all these mechanical toys and stuff, and they can move around, and he said, what is real? And he's asking this rocking horse, which is super old. And he said, real is not what you're made of. Real is when a child loves you, you become real. And he said, so I guess you're real then. He said, the child's uncle made me real a long, long time ago because he loved me, and once it happens to you, you're always real. Well, the little boy is, he finally starts like sleeping with the rabbit, his stuffed rabbit, and one night he leaves the rabbit outside, and the nanny has to go get it. And when she brings it back, she says, oh, what? All that fuss over a little toy? And he said, he's not a toy, he's real. So the rabbit felt really, really good when he heard that. But then the little boy gets scarlet fever, and the rabbit stays with him through that, but then the doctor orders that all the stuff be burned that he touched and was with in bed while he was sick. So the little rabbit is put outside, and it's getting ready to be burned. And the little rabbit actually sheds a tear, and that's when I started crying. It sheds a tear, and a fairy comes. The teardrop hits the ground, and a flower blooms, and a fairy steps out of it. And she said, I'm the nursery magic fairy, and I'm here to make you real, because the little boy loved you. I'm going to cry just talking about it. It's a really cute book. My son liked it. I think any kid would like this book, especially if maybe you have to get rid of a toy because it's falling apart and stuff. This is a good book that explains what happens to toys when they're gone. Fairies come and make them real. Okay? Fairies come and make toys real when they're so old. And so the rabbit turns into a real rabbit. And then it goes back and it visits the little boy's house. And the little boy notices that it has spots on it just like his rabbit. And he said, well, that looks just like my toy. And it was the rabbit come back to him. I give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. It was one of the most beautiful books I've ever read for kids. I really like that it's a fairy tale that explains what happens to toys. I thought that was really, really neat. Kind of reminds me of Greek mythology, like how they explain the seasons with the tale of Hades and Persephone, and how she has to go to her mother to meet her, and that's when it's spring and summer. And then when she goes to Hades, it's fall and winter. So this is kind of like that, like the old Greek myths that explain something, and it's a good way to explain something to your kids. Like when you have to get rid of a toy because it's falling apart, you can, explain it to them like in this book. Well, honey, you love this toy so much, it's time for it to become real, but fairies can't work their magic in front of you. So, and and if your kids are around right now, make them go into another room. I think that it is so important in today's world that kids, they need to believe in Santa Claus and fairies and magic and, the magic in the world around them, not like black magic or whatever. But they need to believe in fantasy stuff because they're kids. And I think it's really good for their growth. And I think that You know, there's not enough fairy tale books written anymore. I think they're really, really beautiful books, and I really love this one. And you know what? I'm curious. I didn't even look to see when this was wrote. I'm going to try to find it in hardcover because I loved it so much. So, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm trying to find when the copyright date was. I can't even find a copyright page on this. Oh, wait. Yes, it is. It's down here. 1987 was when this book was written. Oh, and it was published by Penguin Young Readers Group Division. Might still be able to find this. I'm going to see if I can order it in hardback for my son because this is really, really great. And as you can tell, he's already read it so many times. See the damage to the corner? That's what happens when kids love books. They become damaged. So, it's really, really great. I highly suggest you read it. If you've read it before, let me know, because I've never heard of this until I bought it. So, let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe.